We're talking about wounds, right? These wounds that we have, some wounds are deep. Let me ask you, what happens if you rub dirt and continually rub dirt in an open wound? It's going to get infected, right? What happens if you take a bottle of Neosporin and put that on the wound and keep putting that on the wound? There's going to be healing. Let me just tell you this. When you have an encounter with Jesus and you give him your wound and you hand it over to him and you accept the solution, but then you go on living in sin and you keep living in the old ways, in your old habits, it is like rubbing dirt in a wound that Jesus was trying to bring restoration to. I have some Band-Aids up here. And so here's what he says. He says, wash. So let's just say I have a wound right here. It's deep, it's big. So we're gonna wash the wound. We're gonna clean it off with a little bit of water. Sorry, Johnny, don't slip. So we're gonna wash the wound, right? We're gonna get it clean. And then we're gonna take this ointment, the healing balm of Jesus, you know what I'm saying? And we're gonna cover it, right? We'll put a little of that on there. Okay, that looks good. And then man, we want to protect it. We want to cover the wound with worship, with God's word, with God's people. And so that's what we do. We cover this wound up. All right, it's going to be good, right? There we go. We had this encounter. We had transformation. We had restoration, and all things are going good, right? Week goes by, and we're feeling good. We're like, yes, Lord, I'm so glad to be free from this. Another week goes by, and you're starting to struggle a little bit with it. Another weeks go by, and temptation comes back in. And you begin to desire the things that you used to desire. You see an image, and you click on it. You see something that you want to buy that you need to have, and you don't have the money for it, but you're like, you know what, let's just charge it. And when you begin to step back into those old habits, it is like taking dirt and just saying, you know what, I know my wound's healing, but I'm gonna sprinkle some dirt there. It'll be fine. It's no big deal. It's still covered. The ointment's still there. It's not a big deal. And we just keep adding dirt into our wound that Jesus is trying to heal. When you do this, man, what you're doing is you're causing the same pain and the same hurt and the same suffering that Jesus had once given you a solution to. You're just rubbing dirt in it. But now let's say you do it the way that it's supposed to be done. Okay, let's say I have another wound on my other arm, and I'm gonna do the exact same process. I'm gonna wash it, put a little water on it, get it cleaned up, right? We're gonna clean that out, get it clean. We're gonna put some Neosporin on it. This is the healing balm of Jesus. We're gonna get that on there. It's gonna be good. Man, you want to put as much of this on there as possible, y'all. You can never apply too much Jesus to your life. Anyway, so you do that, and then you get the Band-Aid, and again, you cover it up. And you don't just receive transformation and salvation and then walk away from the church and walk away from God. No, you surround yourself with God, with his people, with his word, and with everything, and so you cover it up. And healing and restoration takes place. And let me just tell you, I'm not just going to leave this like this, right? Like this has got to be changed. I got to take this Band-Aid off. I got to clean it again. I got to put more of the ointment on there. I got to cover it back up again until it fully heals. And some wounds take a little bit longer to heal. And so don't expect your problem to go away right away. You got to keep seeking after him and keep fighting for him and keep pushing towards him in order for healing to take place. Now, of these two arms, which one do you think is going to actually heal? Of these two arms, which one is going to, this one. The one where Jesus is at. I'm going to ask my guy to come up and play something beautiful behind me so that I sound good, right? and so we have this, and it's taking place, and it's wonderful. Over here, this is just getting worse. Man, if you desire healing, restoration, transformation in your life, man, you got to keep going after Jesus, and you got to keep this process going. If you want healing to happen, you got to wash it, you got to cleanse it, and you got to repeat it. You understand? Wash it, clean it, repeat it. This is going to happen for old wounds, because there are some things in our life, some people in our life that will bring those things back up, but you just wash it and you clean it and repeat it. And there will be new wounds that you have to apply this to in your life as well. Now, it's funny that Naaman, what did he ask for? He asked for dirt. He said, give me some dirt so that I can remember to worship and live for God alone. What I'm saying to you is that you got to remove the dirt and keep living for God every single day.